Vergil Ortiz, hey, my people. What is being shaped up to be one of the biggest fights between Puerto Rico and Mexico, and not only that, but in the sport of boxing, you got Vergil Ortiz tweeting out Xander Zayas, calling him out, trying to compare resumes and saying that he's better even without his title than Xander Zayas is with his title. My friends, woo! You guys know that Puerto Rico and Mexico have an absolute great rivalry in the sport of boxing. Every single one of Xander Zayas' last fights, even his last fight with George Garcia, whenever he fights a Mexican, that is what they are shaping the fights around, my friends, the rivalry. Well, guess what? Xander Zayas has been washing through all of them. But there's one man out there by the name of Vergil Ortiz who wants to make this fight happen. He threw some shots at Xander Zayas yesterday on Twitter, my friends, and I got some things to read to you guys. Look it. This is what Vergil Ortiz had to say to Xander Zayas. First off, congratulations on your win, on becoming the world champion. You were eventually going to do it, so I'm not surprised, buddy. But let's keep everything 100. You got a gift. My last two opponents were top 10 in the division, which is true, man. He went up against Israel Madrimov and Sergey Borishek, who is absolutely two fighters that Xander Zayas has never faced the level of opponents that they are, my friends, which is crazy, right? Let's keep on going. The opponent you just fought was a 33-4 and barely scratches the top 15 mark. All facts here. Try to dispute them if you want. If I had won my world title against your opponent that you won, the boxing world would have tore me to shreds. Hey, and I ain't gonna lie, man, that's true. Because honestly, George Garcia wasn't that skilled. He ain't that good. It's okay for you, though, because you're young. There's not a whole lot expected out of you right now. We're at different levels, buddy. My fight against Antonio Orozco back when I was 21 was harder than your last fight, my friends. And he carries on with saying, enjoy the bout while you have it, my people. And I'm telling you guys right now, enjoy the bout while you have it. Basically saying that you ain't gonna have the bout for long. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, when we heard the news about Boots Ennis gonna fight against Josh Kelly, and the winner of that will be the mandatory fight for Xander Zayas, I said to myself, hey, Xander Zayas will not be having this bout for more than a year long, my friends. It's not gonna happen. But we don't know what's going down with Boots Ennis and Josh Kelly, as that isn't official yet. So Xander Zayas with the title, Vergil Ortiz still looking for a fight, my friends. You know, he's been trying to get that fight with Bakram. They couldn't make that fight happen. He tried to get the fight with Boots Ennis. They couldn't get that fight happen. You guys, why don't we get Xander Zayas versus Vergil Ortiz next? I mean, come on, dude. This will be a humongous fight. But don't get me wrong. At the same time, I believe that Vergil Ortiz versus Xander Zayas has the potential to be one of the biggest Mexico versus Puerto Rico fights that we've ever had in the sport of boxing. The way that Xander Zayas represents Puerto Rico, Boricua, everything that he does, my friends, is absolutely amazing and fantastic to see. He holds down the country with pride. Now, Vergil Ortiz, he has all of the raza behind him. Every time he goes in there, he's from Dallas, Texas, but every time he goes in there, the Mexicans have his back. You guys, they have the potential to make this fight a huge, huge fight. But the question is, when? Can Xander Zayas retain his title for the next year, and maybe we get this fight in 2026? Or will Xander Zayas' next fight be too tough of a fight for him to be able to retain the title, and then everything's going to get messed up? Will Vergil Ortiz continue to be undefeated? Will he not take a different route in maybe fighting Fundora or maybe fighting Bakram or doing something else like that, my friends? Can these fighters end up meeting up in 2026, even 2027? Who knows? I said Xander Zayas is only 22 years old. Give him 5 more years, and Xander Zayas could compete with anybody in this junior middleweight division. I'm telling you guys right now. This fight could be made within this next year, but personally, I say we let it build up for another year and hope both fighters win, and hopefully we get one of the greatest, biggest selling matches, fights that we've had in a long goddamn time, my friends. Woo-hoo! I love what's going down between Vergil Ortiz Jr. and Xander Zayas. Let's keep it up. Let's keep going. Let's go, my friends. Let's go.